In order to understand this beautiful new waterfront that we have, you really need to understand where it all started. The glacial era creates this incredible deep water harbor, but also our north-south trending hills. And so those two things have really shaped the history of this waterfront. The human story goes back to when Coast Salish was established where Pioneer Square is today, and this waterway is a canoe highway. It's just an amazing way to move around this region. And so you have Duwamish people, Suquamish people, and then all sorts of people from all over the region meeting here, coming together for social reasons, for trade. Beginning in the 1850s, you have non-native settlers coming in, and they are here for the deep water harbor and the incredible resources of the inland area. And they build the finger piers because they are using sailing ships and very soon steamships to move around on the waterways, not canoes. But because of that glacial action, you have a pretty tight, narrow space here on the waterfront. And you have all this traffic that wants to go north-south because that's how the railroads move in the region. They have to go around our big hills and waterways. And there's still, of course, native people here that are coming in because they want to be part of this economy because they are still connected to place even though it's being radically changed. And then it becomes an immigration corridor. This was the easiest way to get to other parts of the country and from around the world. In 1887, the city established Railroad Avenue, which eventually grew to 9 sets of tracks wide. It was just a behemoth of, it was like a rail yard right in the middle of the city. And so it's because there's nowhere else to put it on flat land that's adjacent to deep water. And so you start to build a city here. It's pretty slow going for the first few decades, and then the gold rush hits in 1897, and it's just boom, it's just an explosion. And it's like a flood starts, and people are coming into the city, both on their way to the gold fields in Alaska and northern Canada, but also to work here and to settle here. And then the Depression hits, and that enables the seawall to be built. At that point, the beach disappears. There's no more access to the water on the central waterfront, and they create traffic lanes for vehicles and parking areas, and it reconfigures the whole waterfront, and that's what creates the space for the viaduct. The viaduct that gets built in the very late 50s comes and takes advantage of that north-south corridor, but is just a behemoth, and it's just such an eyesore, and it's so convenient, but everybody hates it, and it cuts off downtown from the waterfront. And almost immediately, it's how can we get rid of this thing? And really it wasn't until that 2001 Nisqually earthquake that sealed its fate. And so it was a lucky happenstance that we could then re-envision the waterfront. And it did take some time to figure out which way we wanted to go, but that's how we got here.
Watch City Stream Tuesday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or find us anytime online at seattle.gov.